2 hours ago, the whole world, which was busy with its routine, did not expect that something so emotional and evocative would happen. The moment came unannounced, surprising BTS fans who were already used to the glittering lives of their idols. Jungkook and Taehyung, two members with very different personalities, seem at the same time to give an unexpected appearance. What happened? What makes these two K-pop stars so thrilled their fans' feelings? In an incident that only took place 2 hours ago, it's simple. This moment is not just about them performing on stage or simply speaking at an event that is usually full of glamour. It's a moment so personal, so touching, and so full of hidden meaning that when revealed, can shake the hearts of anyone who witnesses it. The time they were sitting together, not in a grand studio or a big concert venue, but in a simple space, an atmosphere that felt intimate and full of togetherness. There, Jungkook, with a smile usually filled with youthful vigor, looked calmer than usual. Taehyung, with a character who is always full of mystery and a touch of uniqueness, looks ahead with an expression that is rarely seen. What are they doing just 2 hours ago? The two were talking, interacting, and sharing stories in a whole new way for BTS fans. This is not just an ordinary meeting, it's a moment that rekindles their relationship with fans who often feel separated by distance and time. It's not just about music or performance, it's about a much deeper connection. Jungkook and Taehyung open their hearts, sharing a side of them never seen before. Is this a message to the military, or is it just a short meeting that only the two of them really understand? And suddenly, there was a statement from Jungkook that immediately invited a wave of reactions around the world. "We know this is difficult for you. We know you miss us, but sometimes we miss you too," he said in a tone so full of emotion. Taehyung, who rarely reveals much publicly added moments like this. "While simple mean a lot to us, we thank you for the love you give." Those are simple words, but they have a tremendous impact for many. It was a reminder of how deep the bond is between BTS and their fans. However, a more surprising reality came after that. As the two spoke, many fans began to realize that there was something more than just a casual statement. There was an inexpressible feeling, a deeper longing, and an unspoken promise. Jungkook and Taehyung seem to be conveying a message without words. Isn't this part of their grand strategy to convey something more personal, more meaningful? They don't just speak for the fans, they speak for themselves, for their souls that sometimes feel tired. The reaction of fans came in droves. Fans around the world responded to this moment with mixed feelings. Some were touched, almost moved to see the two so close and open. However, there are also those who begin to feel anxiety. Is this a sign that BTS is considering something bigger, something that could change their dynamics as a group? One thing is for sure, this moment 2 hours ago has rekindled questions about BTS's future. Although the group is already known for a very solid collaboration, there is a sense that the two, Jungkook and Taehyung, may be planning something that many people don't know yet. Will they take it a step further to explore their solo careers? Or is this just a small conversation meant to deepen the relationship with their fans without any big plans behind it? However, there is one thing that cannot be denied. The moment is very important in the course of their career. This is another picture of BTS' long journey, where their every step always brings deep emotions, and sometimes feels unexpected. Fans who have watched their journey for a long time feel that this moment is a sign that BTS still has many stories to share, and knows for sure what will happen next. Perhaps this is a simple moment of friendship, or maybe it is the beginning of a new chapter that will shock the world. What is certain is that this moment 2 hours ago left a deep impression, not only on the fans, but also on Jungkook and Taehyung himself. If there's one thing we can learn from this incident, it's that the world of K-pop entertainment is never short of surprises. When we feel we already know everything about an artist, they can always surprise us with something deeper, more human, and closer to our heart. Jungkook and Taehyung just reminded us all that sometimes all we need is a simple moment, a proper word, or a sincere smile. 2 hours ago, they gave us that, and it was enough to make the world feel closer to them. What they do today could be the first step towards something bigger, or it could just be an encounter filled with small meanings, but for those who understand, the moment will always be remembered as a touching memory. Moments after the meeting, BTS fans who had previously engaged in a social media frenzy began to feel a profound change in their virtual atmosphere. It is no longer just about a photo or a short video, showing the two smiling broadly, but about a depth of emotion that seems to be unable to be hidden. There is a touching fact that Jungkook and Taehyung are not just idols present on stage, but they are two human beings, with feelings that are not much different from anyone else in this world. They feel the same things: longing, fear, anxiety, and hope. Even when they return to their routine with a busy schedule and never-ending concert preparations, many began to talk about the moment those who have been following BTS. Yes, for a long time, especially the ARMY faithful know that this is not something that just happens. This is part of their long journey, a journey that involves boundless sacrifice and dedication, but it is also a journey full of doubts and the search for inner peace. Jungkook and Taehyung, like many of us, struggle to find a balance between an outer world that wants more and an inner world of those who just want peace. What makes this meeting even more interesting is the fact that the two are not just talking about the usual things, they talk about deeper things. There is a saying that the world of entertainment, especially K-pop, always seems perfect in the eyes of many people, but in reality, behind the lights and loud applause artists like Jungkook and Taehyung also have to face the reality of life that does not always correspond to what we imagine they have, to deal with pressure both from themselves and from the outside world, which often makes them feel trapped in the image that has been built. Not infrequently, fans see them as invincible, but through these conversations, they show that they too have an invisible, fragile side when Taehyung cautiously reveals that sometimes he feels disoriented. It's not an empty phrase. It was a very personal confession, which left the fans silent for a while, reflecting on how often they see a seemingly perfect figure without realizing that behind the smile, there is a feeling that cannot always be understood. Meanwhile, Jungkook, known for his more cheerful and feisty character, also showed a different side. She told me about how her overwhelming busyness often made her feel alienated, as if she was losing herself in the ever-swirling crowd. There was a pent-up longing in him, a longing for a simpler time, a time where he could pause and feel a calmer world. This is a side of Jungkook that fans rarely see a young man, who, although adored by millions, still feels doubts and the search for true happiness. As the two spoke so openly, fans around the world began to reflect back on their relationship with BTS. What are they really looking for when they join this group trip? Are they looking for entertainment alone, or are they also looking for someone with whom they can connect with their own feelings? This moment gave them a chance to see BTS in a different way, not just as a group they admire, but as human beings with the same feelings as us. Although the moment lasted only a few minutes, the impact was much greater than one could imagine. This raises a lot of questions, not only about BTS, but also about what exactly we look for in a relationship with our idols. Are we just looking for entertainment? When the meeting 2 hours ago was increasingly disseminated on social media, the reaction from fans was even stronger. Many felt swept up in the emotions displayed by Youngsi and Teo. Those who used to see these two figures always full of energy now see them in a more human perspective, far from the image of a perfect star. They share feelings and fears that they rarely show to the outside world, making many fans feel even more attached to them indirectly. Jungkook and Taehyung show that although they often appear as unshakable heroes on stage, they also have a fragile side, a side that requires attention and understanding. Many fans are starting to feel that BTS is not just a group they idolize, but a community that understands the difficulties and challenges of life. BTS fans feel valued as if they are part of the members' personal journey. Not infrequently in the world of K-pop entertainment, idols are trapped in the image built by the industry that surrounds them. They should always look perfect with an appearance that should not be shaken. However, Jungkook and Taehyung shed that layer in the tower moment, showing their often hidden true sides. They both let the world know that there is more to what they feel. Besides the fame and pressure that comes with their immense popularity, the moment also of VES. A lot of contemplation, just as BTS fans may have felt alienated or difficult at times. We can see that Jungkook and Taehyung went through the same feelings. They show that even though they have seemingly different worlds, we are basically all looking for the same thing: deep connections and greater meaning in our lives in a world full of falsehoods and perfect images. Moments like these become a breath of fresh air that reminds us of the importance of being ourselves. Even though we are under the spotlight of the world, for many hands this moment brought them closer to BTS, not only as a group they love, but as human beings with real feelings and struggles. There's a feeling that this isn't just about BTS sharing with the fans, but also about the fans feeling like they can share back with them. They feel as if Jungkook and Ting understand their unease, that they are not alone in the struggle of life. Perhaps for some, this moment invites a sense of anxiety. What does all this mean? Are BTS starting to prepare for a big change in their careers? Is there a great plan to come after such profound statements? Fans began to wonder if this was a hint that BTS would take a different step, explore more as individuals, or even as a more mature group, more aware of what they really want out of life. Are there opportunities for BTS members to express themselves more through more personal solo works? Or will they continue together as a group, but with a more conscious approach to the balance between their professional and personal lives? However, those questions, while evocative of curiosity, are actually just the background to the larger message they send Jungkook. And Taehyung just showed that they, like many of us, struggle to find peace in the midst of a world that is often filled with stress. They remind us that although we may feel stuck in a routine or alienated in a crowd, there is a way to return to ourselves to remember what is really important. And sometimes all we need is one simple moment to pause. So in life and rediscover our purpose, that moment 2 hours ago touch more than just the feelings of the fans. It's a mirror for all of us. Jungkook and Taeyung, although they are on the world stage, show that they also long for a more sincere, more human connection away from the glare of the lights that always blind us. They open spaces to show that behind any achievement, behind all the success they achieve, there is a search for something more. They are not only idols, there are also human beings who want to be accepted, understood, and appreciated, not only because of their fame, but also because of who they really are. When those 2 hours pass, fans may feel surprised, moved, or even confused. But one thing is certain, this moment will always be remembered. It's not just about Jungkook and Taehyung, but about all of us, about our relationships with the world, with others, and with ourselves. This moment shows that in a world that is often filled with noise, sometimes it only takes us a few minutes to really listen and feel. And for many, those 2 hours are enough to remind that what matters most in this life is the reality we share together, far from the image built by the outside world.